We will use this chart as an example where we have a planned entry at 389.50 for SPY, a stop loss at 389.25 with three sell targets above. In addition, we want to protect our capital and adjust our stop loss if our first sale target is achieved, as shown on the graph. This can be done with option positions using adaptive algos and conditional orders. To purchase, simply select the buy, enter the number of options. I already have a preset for adaptive market. I right click here and you can see the order window. You can see all the basic parameters. You can see the adaptive algo selected. Conditional window here. You can select the conditions. Select the instrument here. I'm selecting SPY and I will drag it over. And then select price. Hit OK. Change the operator. Make sure you have the correct operator, and that's for our purchase. And that's when it was below 389.50. That's when we want it to buy. So this is all the parameters that we'd want. You can add additional parameters as well. You might want to add, you can simply transmit it here, but you can add other parameters. If you wanted to add other parameters such as the VIX, you can just drag them over. Other parameters can be added. And then you can select the parameters such as price, what they would be for the entries, and enter them here. This is just an example. If you add multiple parameters, you have to watch the operators, the and or. And means they both have to be achieved, otherwise or for them to work independently. We'll just remove this because we just want to buy it at that price, and then you can hit transmit here. I would recommend you accept, and then you can review the order here to verify that the parameters are correct as what you would like to order. I usually hit close, and then I would hit the transmission button for the purchase at that time. Okay, based on these parameters, we'll set our first sale target for our first sale order, which would be 50%, so that's going to be 50. Now we'll change the conditions, so we'll right click here and we'll modify the conditions. Here we will select our first sales target based on our parameter for SPY, so we'll select price, and if it's above our first target of 391, we'll put it here. We'll make sure the operator says it's greater than, and because we have multiple parameters, we'll select or. Here we'll enter in for the time of day. So if it doesn't hit our target by a certain time, it will automatically sell this position. So this can be established here. You can also click this button and adjust the time parameters here for this condition. Again, we have to collect or because these are individual. If one of these conditions happens, it will sell this order. Our final condition would be our initial stop loss, which is 389.25 in our example. So we will change the operator. So if it's below this price, that will be our stop loss. So we have set our target, time, and stop loss. Three different parameters. So now you can hit accept and then verify here by looking at here. And let's double check your conditions. Now we'll establish the sale orders for the remaining two orders as shown on the slide. We can do this simply by selecting our first order, right click, and create a duplicate, as this contains most of the parameters so we don't have to re-enter everything. So now we'll change our duplicate. We'll select the duplicate, we'll modify the condition, and we can see here this is the target for the first one. So we'll have to modify this price to our second sales target of 392.35. We already have our time established as well as our initial stop loss here. So this has got all the parameters. Now we want to add our adjustable stop loss. Therefore we drag the stop option over and we select trade and we hit finish and we use the operator and. and then we drag the SPY over and we say the price, and this is the secondary adjustable stop loss price that we want to put in, which is 390.05. This tells us now that if the initial trade order triggers and it can verify that there's an option trade and SPY is below 390.05, it will sell as an adjustable stop order. Now to do the final one, we'll change this to our order 30, and then we have all the parameters in place, and we'll create a duplicate of this one, and this will be our final order for 20. Now we right click and we go to conditional. The only thing we need to change is the initial target price of 392.95. We have our initial time stop loss, we have our initial stop loss of 389.25, and if a trade does occur by hitting the initial target and it's recorded, then we have our initial stop loss, or our adjustable stop loss of 390.05. We can verify all the parameters here, and then it is all ready to go. Be mindful that with this type of adjustable stop, that if you trigger any option sales manually on this option, that it will automatically trigger also the condition. So if you decided to reduce your position manually from 100 down to 80 and then adjust just orders, it would automatically trigger all the adjustable stops, and so you need to be mindful of that. So we've just demonstrated how we would initially set up a buy order with conditions, and then have 3 conditional orders for sales and an built-in adjustable stop.